I came to learn about the concept of shadow banning and how these platforms basically utilize algorithms just to suppress content that's related to that. My name is Issam Hijazi. I'm the CEO and founder of Upscrolled. I got into tech when I was 12 years old. That's when I started coding. I fell in love with everything related to making programs, applications, everything related to technology in general. And since then, I've been doing that. I've got into university doing bachelor degrees in computer science. I've been building apps since then. I've joined multiple companies since then, also working in technology landscape. The reason or the triggering event for me was the genocide in Gaza. The total number of family members that I've lost throughout the past 2.5 years or now, more than 60 people. We were hearing from them through different channels, the sufferings that they were going through and how many of them were killed during those past couple of years. Looking 2.5 years ago, I looked at social media landscape and I was seeing people's voices being suppressed, silenced, and people getting deactivated from these platforms only for speaking out about Palestine or what's happening really in Gaza with the genocide. I asked some of my friends who lived in Europe and across the world, hey, do you see the content that I'm posting on these platforms like Instagram and others? And we're like, what content? They didn't see anything. So I came to learn about the concept of shadow banning and how these platforms basically utilize algorithms just to suppress content that's related to that. I looked around and I saw people looking for alternative from the comments, from research and so on. I was like, maybe it's time for us to create something that is not really dominated by billionaires who would suppress people, expressing themselves, talking about things that matter to them. And that's really the triggering event. It provides similar experience in terms of microblogging like Twitter, X. It provides you with functionalities to post videos, images, to follow people that you're interested in and communicate with them. What really differentiates Upscrolled from the rest is the company principles and mission. We're here to really give everyone an equal opportunity and voice to speak about anything that matters to them. How it's different, we don't do any algorithm manipulation. We don't inject content into your timeline just because we think it's useful for you or otherwise. We don't follow any political agendas, and we play it fair with everyone. We had good traction from users around the world. In the first month or so, we had approximately 50,000 users. It was great. It felt great. I was like, wow, this is really going somewhere. Up until January this year, we had approximately 150,000 users globally. That was purely organic. But then coming to the end of January, that's when we had the real surge in users. Within less than a week, we had 2.5 million users joining from everywhere. The app was surging number one in the rankings in the App Store, Google Play. And to be honest, that was surreal. I did not really anticipate that personally. When I say I, because it was a team of me only back then. And I did not know that's going to happen back then. But running social media is not an easy thing. It's extremely complicated behind the scenes, the actual systems, but also to keep up with regulatory and requests from different governments and all that. So you see it grow so fast, and we didn't have the team for it. Like I mentioned to you, it was one person. That was me. But that's a good problem to have. Now we have an amazing team on the ground across the world, very diverse, and we all believe in the same mission and vision. At that very first day, I thought it's one of those incidents that happens and things will relatively go back to normal or normal-ish within a short period of time. Back then I was doing my MBA, so I was actually in class, but when I started to read and understand what's happening, I was pretty shocked by what happened after that. In terms of the killings of people on the ground, that was so much for me to fathom within a short period of time. Like I would say, like any normal human being. The biggest challenges, there's many. When it comes to startup, of course, you need funding. You need money to keep things running, and social media is one of those startups that eats a lot of money. We were bombarded with requests from different government agencies asking us for this and that. We needed to learn a lot of things really quickly. Building a team around that really quickly, whether that's from engineering, from legal, from content moderation. Companies like Google, for example, taking us out from the App Store. These were, real challenges, but we're here to stay. We're not going anywhere. That responsibility is very simple. Just let people speak out. Don't suppress them. People now use these platforms to exchange information, to receive news about what's happening. If social media platforms continue to suppress these people, then that means they're manipulating what you are able to see as a user. And that's bad. As long as it's within legal boundaries, it should be allowed for everyone. What motivates me is to see everyone having an equal opportunity. What motivates me is seeing the unfortunate events that's happening in Gaza and wanting me to do more as a human being, as in giving back to humanity. Those things, what keeps me and motivates me, keeps me going. We continuously listen to our users. We talk to them. So we want to know what they like, what they don't like within the platform, then improve accordingly. And lastly, we will have some really differentiating features within the app that sets Upscrolled apart from everything out there. We will provide a web interface because lots of users are asking for that. So yeah, it's basically growing as a platform, as a company. I would hope people would feel 100% comfortable being themselves without the fear of being censored just for who they are. That's really my ultimate goal here. So I want people to find that space as a comfortable place where they can be themselves without that fear. Upscrolled for me is the first step in digital, being digital independent from everything. My vision is much bigger than just a social media platform, but we needed to start somewhere. So building, Upscrolled and making it successful, hopefully will, set the bar that we need to do for the next big thing that we want to build. I wouldn't call it next big thing, but it's gonna be next big alternative. It's infrastructure, as in technology infrastructure. Currently, we're relying, unfortunately, on big tech to have Upscrolled running, and other companies do the same. My vision, I want to, at some point, have complete digital independence, as in owning the infrastructure rather than relying on big tech or US-based company to run, Upscrolled.